Wake up right now and listen carefully, because the brutal truth is this. Right now, you are ignoring growth levers, massive, overlooked forces that could explode your impact, your revenue, your influence, but you don't even see them. This is not just about missing opportunities. It's about bleeding out potential while the world around you sprints ahead. When was the last time you asked yourself, which parts of my growth are actually stuck, hidden beneath the surface? Which levers am I failing to pull because they're not shiny or popular, but insanely effective? The kind of growth that feels impossible until you crack the code. It hurts, doesn't it? Feeling like you're banging your head against walls, pouring heart and soul into launches, new products, trying every tactic in the book, but the needle barely moves. You're exhausted, frustrated, angry. It's like you're sprinting through quicksand. You see others seemingly glide past, scale faster, shatter ceilings, and wonder, what do they know that I don't? Here's the brutal fact that no one will tell you in shiny webinars or overhyped guru videos. The easiest, most explosive growth drivers aren't in those loud, crowded tactics everyone's chasing. They're hiding in plain sight, buried under layers of complacency, broken assumptions, and outdated strategies. Let's be honest. Growth is not about grinding harder or hustling more hours. That's the lie fed to you by a system built on mediocre comfort zones. True growth is about lifting the right levers that your competitors neglect. It's about focusing on the narrow corridors that others refuse to explore because they're scared to step out of their comfort, scared to question their own assumptions. These are the levers no one talks about in boardrooms because they're messy, uncomfortable, sometimes counterintuitive, but holy hell, when you activate them, everything changes. You see, the world is full of founders and leaders who settle for the easy playbook, who trust in the status quo. Meanwhile, you're staring at a battlefield where the game is being reshaped every damn day by the few who dare to think differently, who question, who refuse to play by rules designed to keep them comfortable. You need to understand this. The biggest obstacle between you and skyrocketing growth isn't your budget, your network, or your talent. It's your mindset and the blind spots in your strategy. That's the terrifying and liberating reality. Imagine unlocking growth, not by adding more noise, but by stripping away distractions, by becoming ruthless about what actually moves the needle. It's the cold cut of brutal self-honesty and strategic audacity. You have to dive deep into your data like a detective hunting for clues no one else even bothers to look for. The first hidden lever? Customer obsession beyond surface metrics. Most founders look at revenue or top-line numbers and think growth is happening. No, growth is digging into why your customers stay, why they leave, and what intimate, unspoken needs they keep pushing under the rug. The subtle cues they send, but you miss. When you start obsessing over real customer behavior, retention triggers, and emotional connection points rather than vanity numbers, you activate a lever that feeds itself. Growth that's embedded and unshakable. This isn't marketing fluff. It's science, applied. The second lever many ignore is their funnel's micro-inefficiencies. There's a belief floating around that a funnel is a funnel. Just build it, pour traffic, watch magic happen. Wrong. The real art is in hyper-focusing on the cracks, the questions unanswered, the hesitation moments, the invisible losses nobody tracks because they seem too small. But these micro losses add up to massive leaks. A fraction of a second in page load delay? Boom. Goodbye thousands of dollars in revenue per day. Confusing copy? Potential customers bail before you blink. Your competitors don't know how to fix this, and that's where you crush them. Precision optimization is the lever sitting right under your nose, screaming, but the noise of busy work drowns it out. Now here's the kicker. Growth isn't about working harder alone. It's about who you align with. This might sting, but most founders are walking growth blind because their ecosystems, mentors, advisors, even teams, are echo chambers. They cheer what's safe and known, they kill what's radical. Different paths, different borderlines. Those are where innovation lives. Growth levers live at the edges. Align with those who challenge your worldview, who dismantle your comfortable beliefs, because that friction creates fire. The power of a razor-sharp, diverse network, people who don't share your background but share your hunger. This is the growth engine people overlook. It's not just relationships, it's strategic chemical reactions that ignite whole new pathways. Now, here's a lever nearly no one dares to pull, yet it's detonative. Your own internal narrative, the story you tell yourself about what's possible. Most founders, investors, leaders carry an invisible leash of limitation. Fear dressed as reason, conformity disguised as maturity. True growth demands shattering that leash and rewriting your script as a radical, unchained individual. Growth is as much an inside game as an outside strategy. You have to stop being your own jailer and become your own liberator. This means stepping into a mindset that welcomes dissonance, thrives on discomfort, and sees setbacks as the forge of transformation, not failure. It's brutal, it's relentless, but it's the only road out of stagnation. Let's talk about speed. Too many kill growth by trying to sprint before they've set a sustainable engine. Faster growth isn't about frenzied moves, it's about patient acceleration. The lever here is patience layered with fierce focus, the rare combination that powers compounding results. Growth compounds, but only when you build the foundation right. Compound the right moves, and even small things grow into monstrous change. This is why impulse plays are dangerous. They buzz with temporary hype, but leave you stranded and exhausted. Growth isn't a hack, it's a long game. Play it like a grandmaster, move by move. Technology is a double-edged sword, too. Most leaders either worship flashy tools or reject digital transformation wholesale. The lever is smart integration, choosing tech that complements your unique system and culture, not the other way around. Automate the tedious, elevate the human brilliance. But beware the trap of blind adoption. The growth lever here is strategic simplicity, using tech not to chase trends, but to amplify your rare strengths. Cut the noise. Find your edge in tech that fuels your flow. This is where most lose the fight. They ignore the quiet power of the right system in favor of gimmicks. Now listen closely. Growth also demands storytelling on a primal level. Not marketing spin, but a deep, raw narrative that connects your mission with your audience's fiercest desires and fears. Too many founders overlook the emotional lever, the one that bypasses logic and touches something primal inside people. Growth done right is about becoming the answer to a question your market hasn't even dared to ask yet. It's about owning your story so fully that your tribe not only follows you, they fight with you. This lever doesn't just scale numbers, it builds legions of believers. This is the growth that transcends algorithms. It's legacy building. These are not easy paths. That's why most leaders keep themselves in chains. Chains of belief, comfort, and conformity. But here's the unfiltered truth. You were born to burn those chains. Growth is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who reject waiting, who crave a life that isn't run by borrowed scripts or safe plays. It's for those ready to be sovereign, to unleash power by being unapologetically themselves, fiercely demanding more insight, more connection, more impact. And here's what will keep you locked on this path, even when the world tries to lure you back with small comforts and easy lies. Growth is your liberation. Every lever you pull, every discomfort you survive, every harsh truth you embrace, tears down an illusion of limitation and elevates you into a new dimension of leadership and creation. This isn't about fixing things so they're easier. It's about making life yours, raw, wild, and unrelenting. Let the walls around your vision crumble. Let the old maps burn. This moment right now, when you decide to look at your growth differently, with hunger and brutal clarity, that moment is the lever that unlocks all others. You don't need permission. You don't need answers from the crowd. You need ruthless honesty, deep connection, and relentless action. So stop waiting for permission to grow bigger, to be bolder. The growth levers you've ignored are not hidden. Just beneath the surface of your old way of seeing things. Grab them, pull them with intent and fire. Watch everything shift. The world will never be the same, and neither will you.